Hey, what's up, lowlights? Welcome to another episode of Highlights and Lowlights, where we take a look at the best and worst, the ups and downs, the highlights and lowlights of each Bills game. I'm your host, Lowlife Daniel, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the Bills' ugly come-from-behind 14-9 win against the Giants to improve to 4-2. I'm going to start with the elephant in the room, the Bills' offense. They were supposed to be a high-powered, high-scoring offense. They scored high 30s, 48 points against the Dolphins, but the last couple weeks they have just been struggling. I don't know if this falls on Ken Dorsey, but the offense just has not been able to get in rhythm. Against the Jaguars, we really couldn't get going until it was too late. And luckily, we got going right when it was time in this game. In the fourth quarter, the Bills scored 14 points, but they were scoreless for 3 quarters. It was a matchup that was supposed to be in our favor. We were favored by 12, 14 points or something like that. But I'm going to give this offense a highlight for just getting it together when it mattered most. Last week against the Jaguars, the Bills just it was too little too late. They started scoring, but they were down by so much, they couldn't come back. They started a long drive, I want to say like 15 plays. Started in the third quarter, ended in the fourth quarter, but ended with a touchdown. Gave the Bills a 7-6 lead. Right after that, the Giants went down and scored a field goal. And again, when it mattered most, the Bills dug down deep, got a win, scored one more touchdown on an incredible touchdown pass from Josh Allen to Quentin Morris. Shout out to Quentin Morris for stepping up with Dalton Kincaid out. You'd like to see the Bills have this game more in hand, and it wouldn't come down to that, but they dug down deep when it mattered, got a clutch win, and just made plays when they absolutely had to. Yeah, there just needs to be more of a sense of urgency on offense and not when it's too late, when they're down like they have been the last couple weeks. Aside from scoring 14 points in the fourth quarter, there were a few bright spots of the Bills' offense. Both of those touchdowns in the fourth quarter came in the red zone, and the Bills were 2 for 2 in the red zone. And just in general, Josh Allen is having an amazing season in the red zone. He has 11 touchdowns, most in the NFL. That's the Josh Allen that we've been expecting to see. And you just know Josh Allen's going to make a play when you get into the red zone when it matters most. When the offense wasn't working, I feel like the Bills could have done more with the run game. I want to give the run game a highlight. Last week, against the Jaguars, the Bills ran for 29 yards. This week, they ran for almost 100 yards more. James Cook had 70 yards on the ground, averaging about 5 yards a carry. Latavius Murray has just proven to be a consistent change of pace back. He had 45 yards, and prayers up for Damian Harris, who had a scary injury. I was at that game. I've never seen anything like that happen in person. It was scary. I mean, obviously your mind goes to the worst places when you don't have any updates on what's going on. You thought the Damar Hamlin situation. You thought Kevin Everett. He gave a thumbs up on the way out, so hopefully it's not that bad. I'd like to see Ken Dorsey integrate Josh Allen in the run game a little bit more, but I understand why he's not, trying to extend his career, save him for the playoffs, take fewer hits. The run game overall was working, and it deserves a highlight. I think this might be the last highlight I give out on offense, but Stefon Diggs continues to be a highlight. He might be the most consistent player on the Bills offense. 10 catches, 100 yards. Whenever the Bills needed to make a play, it seemed like Josh Allen is always looking his way first, and that's just a true number one, just comes up when the Bills need him to. And on top of that, he's just proven to be a leader. I had great seats at this game, and I was really interested in stuff going on the sideline, and I got this video of Stefon Diggs just teaching the younger receivers on the team, and it's just, these are the things you don't see. His teammates love him. You could just tell he loves being here, and he's just trying to help everybody out. Outside of Stefon Diggs, the rest of the Bills pass catchers get a low light. Diggs had a great game, but outside of Stefon Diggs, the rest of the Bills pass catchers combined for 9 catches for 69 yards. Like, Quentin Morris caught a touchdown. Deontay Hardy caught his first touchdown with the Bills. No one had more than 21 yards receiving. Early in the game, the Bills were putting together a decent drive, and Josh Allen threw a pass to Gabe Davis. It was second down. He was trying to extend, I guess, to get to the first down marker, but he ended up fumbling. The Giants recovered, and they would end up scoring a field goal. Then later in the game, Josh Allen threw a pass to Dawson Knox on third down. Dawson Knox couldn't come away with the catch, dropped it, and Tyler Bass missed a field goal directly after. So it's just, Stefon Diggs really didn't have any help. He had 10 catches, and Josh Allen completed 19 passes. Like, Stefon Diggs has been the offense for too long, and he really needs some help out there. And while I'm here, I have to give a low light to Tyler Bass. Tyler Bass came into this game perfect, didn't miss a field goal, didn't miss an extra point. He was 0 for 2 on field goals today. They were both long field goal attempts, over 50 yards, but we've seen him make those before. He's been making those all season, and that's just what we have him here to do. We just extended him, gave him a contract extension. He's one of the highest paid kickers in the NFL, so we needed him to come away with those. In a game that was so close that came down to the literal last second, you can't leave points on the board. There was 6 points that we left on the board with Tyler Bass, and when you miss a field goal, you give the other team great field position. So just Tyler Bass gets a low light, but I know he's a great, consistent kicker, and it's just one bad game. But I'm not going to harp too much on the negatives because at the end of the day, the Bills came away with the win, and that was all on the strength of this Bills defense who've been playing lights out this season. The Bills held the Giants to 9 points. They didn't score any touchdowns. It was all field goals. I gave the Bills offense a highlight for their performance in the red zone, 2 for 2. Josh Allen throwing 2 touchdowns in the red zone. Well, the Bills defense held the Giants to 0-5 in the red zone. Again, no touchdowns allowed. They just stuffed the Giants when there was bend don't break. They would get down there, but when it mattered most, they made plays, they made stops, they did what they had to do. This Bills defense is legit this year. The Bills defensive line is continuing to apply pressure. Tyrod Taylor couldn't really get comfortable out there. He had to run a lot, and he was hard to bring down. But A.J. Epinesa and Leonard Floyd continue to make plays. Leonard Floyd's looking like a great pickup once again. Rousseau is back there with tackle for losses. And then when you get to the linebacker level, I have to give out a highlight to Dorian Williams. He started in place of Matt Milano. Matt Milano went down with the injury last week, of course, and Dorian Williams got the start as a rookie, his first start. And Dorian Williams is just a fast, athletic linebacker performing well under these circumstances. He finished the game with 10 tackles. And on the same note, Terrell Bernard had 12. And when you look at the box score at the end of the game, one thing jumps out at you, and that's Teron Johnson. 15 tackles, obviously a huge play at the end of the game to keep Darren Waller out of the end zone. Was it a hole? Was it not? Doesn't matter. We got out of there with a win. He did what he had to do. It was not complete. It was not a touchdown. The Bills won. Teron Johnson was just constantly around the ball and making plays. And that's about it. It was an ugly game, but the Bills came out with the win. And there's no pictures on the scorecard, you know? A win is a win. Bills are 4-2. They've got a divisional game against New England. I'm not looking past anybody. I kind of was looking past the Giants. I thought that would be a good game for the Bills to get right on offense and figure their stuff out, but it seems like they have a long way to go with that. And it's a long season. And defensively, Belichick is going to have an answer. He's seeing what other teams are doing. And the Bills are going to have to adjust. Ken Dorsey has to figure it out. This offense has to get in sync. McDermott has them ready to go on defense. And let's just hope this offense can figure it out. It's ironic the Bills had to play against Tyrod in this game because this was the type of game the Bills would have when Tyrod was our quarterback. We'd score 16 points, maybe 20. And the job would be on the defense to keep everybody in check. And you just wouldn't think that an offense with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and all of these weapons that we have on offense, that we'd need a game manager at quarterback and rely on this defense. But this defense has been carrying us for now, and this offense just needs to step up and match that. I'm sure you guys noticed that some of the footage that I used was from me going to the game. I just kind of decided it was a late game. I just was kind of checking the ticket app and then saw that it was cheaper. Shout out SeatGeek. I'll say it. Shout out SeatGeek. Everybody else has a deal with them. I don't, but shout out to SeatGeek. I'm just like, this is just pure. I was able to get my tickets on the way there. Like I was in an Uber and I bought my tickets and it was so quick. It was so easy. Again, I'm not affiliated. I don't got a link for y'all. That's just how my experience was. I just decided to go to the game, spur of the moment. Nobody went with me. I just went by myself. So I'll put that at the end of this video. And yeah, on to the Patriots, and as always, stay low.
Just decided, just spurred a moment to go to this game. Tried calling everybody. Everybody was old. They couldn't do a Sunday night game. Everybody got work in the morning. So like 7:20, and just got in the Uber, decided to go. I bought my tickets in the Uber. Just wait till you see where I'm sitting. Go Bills.
On my way to the stadium, I bought tickets, and I found tickets for the first row. And I've never been in the first row. I've never been behind the sideline. This was something I just had to do. Really just taking a lot of stuff in. And it was cool to just watch everybody interact on the sidelines. Like I was watching like which lineups was going out on defense. I was getting blocked by those NBC cameras on the sideline. I never had that happen before, but that was annoying. Boyer and Hyatt are just the best safety duo in the league. Look at, this whole trip was last minute, so I wasn't at my seat at the beginning of the game where everybody ran out and everybody had the matching wristbands. But I did get a wristband, and at halftime, there was a country artist performing, and they all lit up during the performance. It was kind of cool.